to survive.
Gonna help.
Yep, you can head to the link.
If you're not one.
Next game is a squad-based survival shooter where you dodge deadly dinosaurs.
Deadly dinos are on the loose. You must survive.
The main threat you'll need to avoid is the rat crawler.
It's been a huge multiplayer. The #1 culprit.
Like creatures.
Brachiosaurus and Tyrannosaurus.
Full map introduction. Drill.
For
Each disaster
Não é muito a minha onda.
this year.
There to tell us.
What happened here?
The executive creative they've been developing for pretty much almost 5 years.
Set in the world, things happening. You play Remy, and he's going back.
Were discovery. They're only there by theme. You had just been following marker after marker, all the variables. We look at it kind of like the inverse in our game because we got rid of all these things.
I remember chatting with John about the old Zelda games, how it was straightforward and like you had just enough to know where to go, but not too much.
It's basically how life works if you think about it, right? We basically orient ourselves by sight and hearing and what people tell us, right?
Once in the woods, follow the wind chimes. They will lead the way through.
You talk to NPCs and they're literally going to tell you a clue, right? So Rebecca and Jova, when she kind of hints you where the Owen convoy, the direction that it took, she says, I don't know where they went exactly, but I know they took the road that goes behind the weird monuments. And she says, you can see them from here. And as you're talking to her, behind her, quite far, you see some peculiar monument-looking thing. You're like, is that what she's talking about? Like, is that if I go and then you go there and you see the road that turns and it's maybe the convoy did come here. I think that's kind of very unique and it works really well. Like any game, especially a game of almost 40 hours, sometimes it works better than others. No game is absolutely perfect, but it's very much it's the joy of exploration, the joy of discovery. Yeah.
The Abbey is closed. Official AAF business.
Of course, we can't talk about Hell is Us without talking about our monsters. And the enemies, the limbic entities, are physical manifestations of human emotions, of human negative emotions. What does an emotion look like? Who knows? So we had many iterations. We ended up with these kind of like fractally, geometrically thingies, So we have grief, ecstasy, terror, and rage. So the Hollow Walker represents a bit. It's just a husk. That's why we call it the Hollow Walker. And it's a bit like a facsimile of a human being who's felt this very strong negative emotion. And then they look like that because we tried a lot of things and they ended up looking like this, So you'll be able to play Hell is Us on September 4th, 2025 on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and obviously PC.
Wishlist it now.
PC.
Hell.
Another world.
It's someone who.
Super excited before doing any.
And you can wishlist it today. 20 is about a deep space mission to save humanity and the shapeshift.
Going to do this. Just lower the.
Your choice
box and
simulator.
You can climb almost anywhere.
Isto é só alguns joguinhos aqui que uma pessoa gosta. Do rato.
What is real and what isn't.
Mais terror.
Hello.
your job. Must quack. By 25th. Stop them before they strike again.
New trailer for Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile. Oh.
It can't be. Monsieur Poirot.
You suggest all the passengers are ladies and gentlemen, but I have some terrible news. Find the cut.
Leech.
Lying to me.
Then there's
Going slow. COUTO.
Final
Exclusive in
Sim, sim.
Mafia: The Old Country is both a prequel to the original Mafia trilogy, and it also sets things up for what might be to come in the future, going back to 1900 Sicily, so the birth of not just the Mafia game, but also the actual Mafia itself, back to where organised crime first really came from.
In Mafia: The Old Country, you play as a character called Enzo Favara, who's an upcoming gangster trying to make his way in the Sicilian Mafia.
As a child, he's worked in the sulfur mines, sold there by his parents, a really horrible upbringing for a kid, which unfortunately happened back in those days. So he doesn't know family, he doesn't really know love. He escapes, he falls in with the Torrisi crime family, and then this game really, this story shows his rise through the ranks as he goes from being this impoverished young man to a made man.
For Mafia: The Old Country, we moved to Unreal Engine 5, which has really enabled us to do incredible things with the characters, with the landscapes, with the cinematics. Every single aspect of the game has undergone a significant graphical upgrade.
Mafia has always been about pushing the technology of its day to do the best in cinematic storytelling and exciting narrative gameplay. It really makes what's already an emotional story even more emotional and meaningful.
We've been able to capture incredible nuances in the mocap, in the acting, in all of the character performances. That's really helped us to bring our story to life. And as a little taste of what's in store, we've got a cinematic to show which shows a key moment in Enzo's story.
Peggy 18.
Come forward. All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family, we follow a code of honor. It's a way of life, a brotherhood.
You're here because of your deeds and the assertions of those who stand at your side.
This life is one of secrecy. If you make a friend, meet a woman, they must not know about our thing.
It is binding. It is not forgiving. To betray one is to betray all. Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family?
Yes, I do.
Then, before the eyes of all here present, join me. To become a man of honor, repeat these words. I swear my loyalty to this family.
I swear my loyalty to this family.
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
Welcome, Enzo.
Benvenuto, Enzo.
Benvenuto, Enzo. Benvenuto.
Salute.
Salute.
Take a trip to Sicily when Mafia...
This is a time...
Hey, what's up? I'm Artem, the game director and Tenet of the Spark. The true bad guys over free characters. And the biggest question is...
Oh, it takes so.
Holy m***, Matt. Live from Los Angeles. On GamesRadar.com and the FGS YouTube channel.
I'm Matt Mercer.
And I'm Laura Bailey. And this has been the Future Game Show Summer Showcase 2025.
Já acabou. Pronto, já acabou, pronto, não há nada a fazer. Bem, isto é o que eu digo e o que eu já disse. Eu só vou andar aqui a mostrar o que eu realmente quero ver e o que estou interessado em jogar. Pronto, já não vou estar aqui a ver mais, assim, mais mais ao pormenor. Pronto, já não vou estar aqui a ver mais ao pormenor. Entretanto, a Nintendo não fez. E a Ubisoft também não. Portanto, temos então agora a Xbox e falta-me o State of Play da PlayStation. Portanto, basicamente só são estes assim mais principais que eu vou ver, ok? Mas pronto, fico por aqui, grande abraço e portem-se bem.